The Inside Out is right across the crosswalk on the main entrance of the library. It's a great space filled with overgrown trees, beautiful landscaping, a walking path, and benches. It's a great place to take a mindful minute or to enjoy some sketching inspired by the outdoors. The goal of today's program is to be thankful for the things we have in our lives. Take a moment to visualize what it is you're thankful for. Today's inspiration is coming from the Inside Out, as well as the decoration we see around our neighborhoods and our communities for the time. So we'll be sketching a pumpkin. Now, the purpose of today's program is not to sketch the perfect pumpkin, but to let our brain wander as we sketch a familiar vision that we know of a pumpkin, taking our time, thinking about what we want the design to look like, and just following our lines. Notice how I'm holding the pencil very lightly, just sketching a general outline, just getting ready to add some additional detail and see my pumpkin take shape. Again, we want to try to make it as lifelike as we can. There is no right or wrong shape. Each pumpkin is a unique shape on its own in nature, so we just want to embrace that as we're sketching and adding in some of our details as we go. While we're sketching today, the purpose is to remind ourselves of all the things we're thankful for. We're thankful for being able to sit outside. We're thankful for this paper and pencil. We're thankful for the time we can have to sit and let our brain wander and relax as we get ready to enter in the holiday season. So while we're sketching, there'll be some music playing. But remember, the goal today is to be mindful of the things we're thankful for in our lives, experiences we've had, people we know or have known. Take our time, focus on the lines. Determine where the sun is coming from in my drawing. In my case, I'm having the sun come from the top left, so I would shade then from the far side. You can see that the shading is already starting to begin on the right side of my pumpkin, but I'm just going to continue to work some of those details and those lines, but keep that in mind of where the sun is coming from as I determine the darkness and the shading of my pumpkin. Certain key details. You'll see once I'm confident in where my line is, particularly in this case the connecting points from my pumpkin to my stem, as well as the stem itself. I'm darkening those lines, following along with my light sketching earlier, but just to give some clear definition to the shape of my pumpkin, highlighting those details. begin shading now. If you recall the sun, you'll see the arrow there is the top left of my page. So I'm going to begin shading on the far side. Okay, so I'm using light pen strokes. You can even turn the pencil, hold it differently to get a smoother shade to your sketch. Okay, and you'll see that I'm starting very lightly, coming out. Now I'm not going to be perfectly round, but I do want my shade to have some kind of round shadow that reflects the drawing that I've created. It'll be darker closer to the pumpkin, and then as I shade outward, I'll lighten up based off of the pressure I am putting on the pencil to paper. As I continue to shade my pumpkin, I also want to make sure that I am defining the lines throughout the entire drawing, showing the detail of the pumpkin, shading, slightly with those lines to give a little more depth to each groove that I've created. As we continue to add detail to our pumpkin, maybe shading some additional parts, adding some detail to the pumpkin itself and some lines for some texture, making it more natural looking and lifelike. We should be taking a moment to be thankful again for the time we have to sit and sketch, whether inside or outside, being thankful for this holiday season, being thankful to have the opportunity to hopefully see some family and some friends if the health and safety allows us to. But the idea of today's program is not to draw the perfect pumpkin, but to give us the opportunity to sketch something we know, think of those that we know, be mindful of our goals of the day, week, month, year, be thankful for those people that are in our lives, and make a plan to continue to connect with them. As we begin our next drawing, I want us all to take a second to breathe in and breathe out all of the bad. Take another deep breath in as we begin our next fall-inspired drawing. Again, the purpose of today's drawing is to be thankful for the trees that make these leaves that then fall on the ground for us to inspire through our drawing. Looking at the veins that carry water and nutrients throughout the tree. Think of the holes in the leaf and that the natural beings that were able to use this leaf for food. Being thankful for our food, for the food we get to eat on Thanksgiving and the food we get to eat every day, and to be thankful for the people we get to share that food with. As we begin this sketch, it's important to really take a good look at the leaf. I love drawing leaves because you can really see these powerful lines throughout our inspiration. In this case, this leaf has a nice thick dark line right down the middle, and then additional veins off of our main line for each of the sections of the leaf. Leaves are all different and unique based off of the storm they've weathered to find themselves on the ground. So a lot of them have tough ridges, marks on them, giving us a lot to be inspired by in our drawing. I'm starting by just sketching, adding lines, starting to find a shape within on my paper here, seeing where my connections can be made and where the main points of each section of my leaf will be. As we sketch all our key points and start finding more definition, I want us to think of the main lines in our lives. Think of the people that help to shape us and support us. Think of the times we've had, the great moments we've had, and who's been with us in those moments. And also think of our moments of ourselves, being mindful that we should be comfortable alone or with others, being thankful for the opportunity to be alone, or thankful for the opportunity to be with family and friends, especially after or as we continue to navigate the current public health concerns. But even in a challenging holiday season, it's important that we're still thankful and mindful of all that we have in our lives. top of the leaf is starting to take shape. Seeing some of the lines getting darkened, adding those bite marks from whatever insect used our leaf for something to eat. We're finding lines, finding those points, defining those points, adding in some of those veins along with it. But we can see the leaf is starting to take shape. While it isn't exact to our inspiration, again, no leaf is the same. As I'm finishing up this sketch, you'll see that I wasn't really loving the way that one bottom half was coming out. So I'm using my eraser. I'm going to try to refine those lines, help to find a little better shape, a more natural shape to my leaf. It's okay to erase and start fresh. Sometimes we need to make those corrections, and that's okay. Again, the goal today is just to be thankful for the opportunity to do this sketch. Being thankful for the opportunity to have a quiet moment, a natural moment, a screen-free moment. As we finish today's sketch, I want us to all take a moment to give thanks to the people in our lives, the items that we have, the food we eat, the experiences that we experience, and just take a moment to be thankful for all that is in our lives, good and bad. And you'll see that our final drawings are of a pumpkin and of a leaf. We have a number of books in our collection, both how to draw books as well as mindful books for teens. Please be sure to stop by the Teen Services Desk for any recommendations on resources to support your drawing as well as your mindfulness in your life. Thank you.